Fala galera do YouTube, beleza? Fox na área trazendo mais um gameplay, agora a quarta parte de Game of Thrones, cara, capítulo 1. E nós estamos sendo apresentados agora mais um integrante dessa história mirabolante, interessante e super divertida de Game of Thrones. E esse personagem é Mira Forte, cara. Tem bastante coisa pra mexer aqui, vamos dar uma olhada nesse baú primeiro. E ver o que a gente pode fazer aqui. Tem um brasão aqui da nossa família. Mais o que? Uma moeda? A moeda, é isso?
It was very kind of Lady Marjorie to give this to me. It once belonged to Lady Helena.
É um broche, um brasão, não sei. Uma carta. Nossa, viu que ela olhou com ar triste para a carta?
Father, much excitement here in King's Landing for the coming wedding. Lady Marjorie has proven to be quite popular throughout the city. I do wish you and Mother could come, although I know it would be impossible under the circumstances. I miss all of you,
sim,
and I look forward to the day you can.
Eu acho que é uma carta que ela enviaria pro pai e pra mãe.
Asher sent me this coin to remember him. What a strange place, Essos.
Deixa eu ver o que mais eu posso fazer aqui. Tem um livro. Deixa eu ver mais um pouco. Vou ver o livro.
A gift from Roderick.
Filha, todo mundo tá morrendo à sua volta, tá complicado pra família de vocês, hein? Infelizmente, em grande parte eu sou o culpado.
I wonder if it's sunny at Ironrath today.
Mas o que eu tenho que fazer agora pra começar o jogo? Eu não sei. Deixa eu dar uma olhada aqui. Agora eu não sei o que eu tenho que fazer. Deixa eu ver na porta. Não. E agora, pessoal? Tô perdido. Eu tenho que ver alguma coisa aqui. Aqui não tem nada. E agora? Ah, aqui ó, tem mais uma coisa pra interagir. Carta da mãe dela.
It troubles me to even ask this of you. But you must appeal to Lady Marjorie to intervene on our behalf. She is our best hope, and can be a powerful ally, especially now when your family so desperately needs her help.
Nossa, cara, a Mira ela tá numa situação muito difícil, cara. Porque ela se encontra num lugar cercado dos inimigos da família dela, porque... Daqui a pouco eu conto mais um pouco sobre isso. Vamos ver o que tá acontecendo. Bom, eu sou uma pessoa humilde, eu vou ser legal com esse cara.
Begging your pardon, milady, but you all right? If you don't mind my asking, you seem rather upset.
Que eu respondo?
I'm just worried about my family.
Ah, letter from home, is it?
It's kind of you to ask.
Of course.
Ele notou a honestidade.
You've always been kind to me.
Please hurry if you can. Lady Marjorie will be here any minute.
Of course, milady. You work for Lady Marjorie? I may be wrong.
Cara, é muita pergunta. O problema é que não dá pra confiar em ninguém nesse jogo. Eu vou ser legal com esse cara ainda mesmo assim?
I'm her handmaiden.
That's what I thought. I've seen you with her before. You seem like good friends.
Mas é complicado confiar em todo mundo aqui nesse jogo, cara.
Cersei?
They appeared to be having some sort of disagreement. I couldn't hear much, but it was definitely an argument.
Why are you telling me this?
I heard them arguing about House Forrester and...
House Forrester?
I thought you'd like to know. Forgive me if I was mistaken. I hope you're not in any kind of trouble. Most people don't tend to notice a callboy. Not in King's Landing, with so many lords and ladies about. You see and hear all sorts of things when people don't even know you're there.
Você pode ser um cara legal, cara, mas a gente tá dormindo com cobra, então isso é meio complicado. Não dá pra confiar em todo mundo aqui nesse jogo. Principalmente na situação dela. Eu disse que ela se encontrava numa situação complicada. Ah, o personagem que eu acho mais bonito dessa série, Marjorie. Até aqui ela ficou bonita, cara. Eu disse que ela tá numa situação complicada porque ela está no castelo, na casa dos Lannister, que são grandes inimigos da família dela que apoiou a guerra no norte. Então ela pode ser decapitada a qualquer momento. Agora eu não sei se eu faço o que a mãe dela pediu por pedir ajuda. Cara, eu não vou fazer não. Eu não vou pedir ajuda agora.
You must understand there are limits to what I can say, especially here in King's Landing, now that I am to be queen. To have a handmaiden from the north whose family fought for Robb Stark. It raises questions at a time I can least afford. Cersei herself cornered me this morning outside the Royal Sept. She mentioned the northern girl in my service, and she painted you a traitor. She was very pleased with herself. Her face was full of mirth as she said,
Não sou traidor.
I'm not a traitor.
Of course not. It's only an excuse to torment you and by extension, me. She demands an audience. She wants an apology of some sort. For what, I don't know, but she's waiting for us now, and I promised I would bring you to her. I wouldn't ask.
Cara, a gente vai ter uma audiência direto com a rainha,
I cannot afford any
Ferrou.
conflict with Cersei with the wedding so near.
Ai, meu Deus, eu vou matar mais um personagem.
Find a way to appease her. Humor her. Tell her what she wants to hear. See if the Queen Regent is ready to receive us.
Cara, é incrível como a Telltale conseguiu trazer o clima da série pra esse jogo, cara.
You may feel one thing, but you must say another.
Ah, mano, eu vou ver a Cersei, cara. Eu tô todo bobo aqui. E seja que Papai do Céu quiser, cara, que eu não faça muita merda. Mano, aquele lá é o Tyrion. Ah, tô igual a Tiete aqui, ó.
You can do this.
Agora eu não sei se eu tô feliz por ver esses personagens aqui no jogo, ou se eu fico triste, porque com certeza eu vou escolher muita merda aqui, vou prejudicar essa garota, cara. Minha mira parece ser tão boazinha. Oh, mano, acerta o Tyrion, mano.
Aren't you looking lovely this evening?
Lord Tyrion, Your Grace? With your permission, allow me to introduce Lady Mira of House Forrester.
Your Grace.
Bom, ela é uma rainha, regente, mas a gente tem que fazer o que tem que fazer, mano.
You may rise.
House Forrester is a northern house loyal to the king.
Are they?
I beg your pardon, Your Grace.
I wasn't talking to you. I want to hear from the girl. Is your family loyal to the king?
Perhaps you should ask the new Lord Forrester.
He's not here, is he? She is.
E agora, cara?
The girl can speak for her house.
House Forrester's loyalty to the crown never wavers, Your Grace.
I see. And yet, for centuries the Foresters have been loyal bannermen to House Stark.
Nossa, cara, cada decisão aqui tá dando nervoso.
Yes, Your
Agora
Grace.
não.
They are traitors.
The Starks were your liege lord, yet you name them traitors so easily.
Clearly her loyalty wavers quite a lot.
If she has any loyalty at all, is your house willing to swear fealty to
nessa eu
your new
vacilei.
liege lord, Roose Bolton?
Roose Bolton also served the Starks, Your Grace.
And proved his loyalty to the crown by bringing their house to a swift and sudden end.
Ai, galera, tá complicado aqui, eu tô suando. E pior que cada escolha que eu coloco aqui pra falar, a Marjorie olha pra mim com uma cara de triste. Não faça carinha pra mim não, Marjorie, por favor.
I'm told there are others who would happily serve that purpose, but I trust we can rely on House Forrester.
Forster Ironwood does seem rather unique.
Yes, Your Grace.
It would be a shame to see it fall into the hands of another house. I imagine you'd do almost anything to prevent that from happening, wouldn't you? Ask any Lannister, and they'd do whatever was necessary to save Casterly Rock. It would be unfortunate to see another house lay claim to what's yours.
Ai, meu
limits,
Deus.
Your Grace.
Perhaps, but not if your house faces potential ruin.
Tô suando
What
aqui,
did you have
galera.
the girl do, Cersei? It's not as if she fought beside the Starks, wielding a battle axe for the Northern Army.
E o Tyrion sempre sarcástico
It raises an interesting question.
e muito inteligente.
Can we truly blame those who end up on the wrong side of the wall? Our dear Marjorie here was betrothed to Renly Baratheon on the false assumption that he would one day rule the Seven Kingdoms. Can we fault her for her mistake? Should she be held accountable?
I won't judge her, Your Grace. I wasn't there. I didn't face her decisions.
Aren't you a delightful girl? If only one could flit through life without ever holding an opinion of their own.
If there's a point to this, I hope you find it quickly.
Loyalty can be such a hard thing to define. This city alone is filled with all sorts of ambitious opportunists looking to reinvent themselves, pretending to be something they're not. Who knows what lurks within their hearts? You are a girl
Nossa,
from the
cara.
north here in service to Lady Marjorie. One can only assume her interests are yours. Yet loyalty to a king, that must be absolute, beyond question. And if your loyalties were to become conflicted between your king and the very person whom you serve, what would you do then?
Cara, que
I'm
perguntas
sure she would
capciosas,
answer the
cara.
question. Go on.
E
I
agora, e
must choose
agora, e agora, e
Marjorie, Your
agora?
Grace. I serve at her pleasure.
Clearly your handmaiden does not have her priorities straight.
She is a threat to the crown, isn't she?
O
The
tiro.
most dangerous handmaiden in all of King's
Ah,
Landing.
claro, pô, galera. Se tiver que ser leal, eu vou ser leal a
I'm
essa
not quite
coisinha
sure what to make
bonita
of
da
her.
Marjorie, cara.
Not surprising, I suppose, for a northern girl, but not very encouraging either.
Já que é pra também a Cersei não é de se jogar fora, né?
I'd like a word with you, if I may.
Mas
Of
essa
course,
ruivinha é
Your
melhor,
Grace.
sou mais a ruivinha.
I'll walk you out. This may come as a surprise, but I met your father once, at the tourney at Lannisport. Even then he didn't trust Roose Bolton. We only spoke briefly, but your father struck me as an honorable man. You have my condolences for his loss. These would be trying times for your family, even under the best of circumstances.
Thank you, Lord Tyrion. That's very kind of you to say.
You were brave to declare your loyalty to Lady Marjorie. No doubt she was pleased, but Cersei... she will
Coragem
not soon
não, é
forget
amor, mó
what you said.
gatinha, mano.
It was quite the first impression. I, of course, found it all highly entertaining.
I did it for Lady Marjorie.
As you should. And of course she has your best interests at heart. My sister and I have our differences. She takes great pleasure in her little charades. I take mine in thwarting them. We must find our amusements where we can. She threatened to give your ironwood to another house. It is the Master of Coin who decides such matters. The crown needs boats. Boats need wood, and I speak for the crown in this regard, not her.
I wouldn't want to anger Cersei.
And you'd be wise not to. But I suppose the crown could be persuaded to secure ironwood from House Forrester. Lady Marjorie might not look favorably on such an alliance, and it would infuriate Cersei. Although what would be amusing for me might prove rather
Cara, eu
dangerous.
gosto do Tyrion na série, cara. Eu vou confiar nesse carinha de baixa
Willing to
estatura.
risk that? It may be far too dangerous. In fact,
Tamo
forget I even
junto, cara.
suggested such a thing.
It's a risk I'm willing to take, Lord Tyrion. Please.
You are a brave girl, aren't you? I'll consider it.
Não vou
if you'll
perder a
excuse me, I
cabeça.
promised Sansa I would join her for dinner tonight.
Ai.
3 beautiful bottles of Dornish wine await my arrival. The mere thought of them makes me thirsty already.
Thank you for the advice, Lord Tyrion.
Just be careful. This is not the North. King's Landing can be a nest of vipers to the uninitiated.
Ai, 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 ai. Não sei se isso foi um aviso, um alerta.
Mira, I was worried. How was it? Cersei has a way of looking at you as though you're nothing. It's more than a little intimidating. Sorry, I shouldn't have asked. Lady Marjorie has spent the entire day working on seating arrangements for the wedding. Of course,
Bom,
you and
galera,
I
o
are
tempo
seated
passou e ainda
way
tem a
at
minha
the back,
cabeça. Então,
here with the fourth cousins and
acho
the
que fui mais ou menos
ninth
nas
sons.
escolhas.
Sir Jamie, I wouldn't mind tarnishing that white cloak of his.
Sarah?
What? It's true. And Oberyn Martell, the Red Viper. I'm told he has a paramour, which I doubt is Dornish for wife.
Filha, vai dar ruim.
Handsome.
And quite passionate, from what I've heard. Perhaps Lady Marjorie could make the right introductions. Who knows? We might meet our future husbands. Although, marrying a king, I can only imagine what that would be like. Would you marry Joffrey if it meant you'd become queen? He does have a certain
Que
look
mané
about
Joffrey?
him, and he's always treated Lady Marjorie
Joffrey é
well,
o ser mais babaca que eu
which
já
is
vi na
more
minha
than you
vida.
can say for his mother.
I don't want to be queen no matter who I'd have to marry.
Don't want to be queen? You northerners. You'd make a perfect scepter. Well, I would marry him. Imagine the power you would have as queen of the 7 kingdoms. I might even allow you to be my handmaiden.
Bom, galera, essa gameplay vai ficar com uns 20 minutos e alguns quebradinhos. Eu já vou encerrando por aqui, valeu, galera? Se vocês gostaram, não esquece de deixar aquele joinha maroto, beleza? Se não gostou, cara, tem um botãozinho aí embaixo com o dedinho virado pra baixo, pode apertar nele de boa, que a gente tá aqui por diversão. Diversão não, cara, eu quero dinheiro, dá like, dá like, dá like. E se você não é inscrito, galera, se inscreve aí no canal pra dar aquela força. Até a próxima, falou então, valeu e tchau.
It's a battle plan. Allies and enemies can be made with every move. Yet they say it is men who are powerful. The Queen was rather disappointed by your display, Mira. I'm just glad it's over. King's Landing can be exhausting sometimes. There's always someone to please or some perceived slight to smooth over. I fear it will only get worse when I am queen. Once they know your true heart, the lords and ladies will have no choice but to love you. Do you agree?
It doesn't matter what you feel. It only matters what you say.
You learn very quickly. Your words to Cersei were brave, but I know you must fear what the Boltons might do to your family. I do appreciate your willingness to appease her, as difficult as it may have been.
Thank you, my lady. There's been something on my mind. Something important. My mother wanted me to ask a favor of you, for my family. But as you said, you're in a delicate position now with the wedding so near. And I would never want to jeopardize that.
Soon I will be queen. And maybe then I'll be in a better position to help you. But for now we must both be cautious.
My family is strong, my lady. Don't let it trouble you. I know they will find a way to prevail.